On today's episode, we have Kendrick Ferris. Ferris began lifting when he was 12 years old after his uncle, Kevin Burns, read an article in the newspaper about a weightlifting development center for young athletes. Less than 10 years after his introduction to the sport, Ferris won back-to-back national titles in 2006 and 2007 en route to qualifying for his first Olympic team in 2008. This was followed by back-to-back qualifications in 2012 and 2016, where he broke the U.S. record for lifting a combined weight of 831 pounds in the snatch and clean and jerk. In the 2016 Olympic Games, Kendrick was the only U.S. representative, but also the only plant-based athlete in his sport. Kendrick has since moved on to found the after-school program called Bless the Gym, where he focuses on serving inner-city youth and providing them with the character-building skills through the sport of weightlifting. He strongly believes in finding potential in overlooked places and teaching individuals to pick up their crowns and lead. So I would like to gladly introduce Generation V to Kendrick Ferris.
Man, I'm honored to be here.
Man, I am so happy that you are here, bro.
Yeah.
This is a long time coming. I know we were talking earlier about Toronto and trying to connect and record this podcast, and I'm just glad. I'm glad it connected. I'm glad you're here in LA and we got a chance to talk.
Bro, I'm so fired up right now because it's like we got ears like listening in on the conversations that we've been having basically like the past like 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, dude. And what's crazy about all this is you know, Kendrick and I both come from the exact same place. You know, Kendrick lives in Louisiana. I was born in Mississippi, Louisiana, spent half of my life in both states. So we know firsthand what it's like to grow up in the Deep South and understand the culture down there. And we'll get into more of that later, but it's just so amazing all the things that you're doing in your movement and all the different programs you have going on. And yeah, I'm just glad. I'm excited to talk, man.
Bro, I'm ready. I'm ready just to roll it all out. You know, it's so much. You know, when you think about like just training and like sports, and it's just a ritual of life, really. You know how to go in and work, or maybe work in silence, and then people see this thing and they think it just kind of comes out of nowhere. But we know that, you know, it doesn't. The same way people look at you, they're like, man, this guy's jacked, and how can I get yours? They'd be like, it's not going to just happen like that. Yeah,
it's a culmination of a lot of different things that go on behind the scenes.
That's right.
You just see the tip of the iceberg.
That's right.
You see somebody standing on stage or on stage at your event.
True.
It's the tip of the iceberg.
True.
Right? All the hard work is behind the scenes. It's what you do in the basement, underground.
True.
You know, when the lights are off, when the camera's not on. That's awesome. It's so awesome that you understand that, and you're such a good advocate for helping people understand that message too. So before we get into all that, I'm going to start off the same way I start off almost every podcast. You listeners know what's coming. Let's go back to the beginning. Where did it all start, bro? Where are you from? How you were raised?
Okay, so I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. I grew up in the inner city in a neighborhood called Stoner Hill. Now, see, it's no different than any other inner city, but we, like you mentioned, Louisiana. See, if people understand about one thing about Louisiana, think about the incarceration rate, very high. And the city that I grew up in is really not a lot of opportunities in those particular communities, but they're really good people. Like the family that I came from, man, my family, they always wanted to make sure we were active, doing different things, whether it be karate, it don't matter, Boy Scout, you can think of all these things. They were trying to keep us involved. So for me, man, being around good people and just trying to make sure we're just doing something positive. So I got involved in the sport of weightlifting. It was right before I turned 12, you see. I was like, my cousin was telling me about it, and I wanted to get involved. Called my uncle, and he was like, man, I was going to call you guys because I wanted y'all to come see it too. And, you know, we started going in a few times a week, learning how to do the movements. And it just kind of took off from there. When I was 12, I qualified for my first national competition.
Wow.
So,
and this is not like going to the gym and lifting weights. This is like Olympic-style weightlifting.
Olympic-style weightlifting.
Yeah, there's different categories within that. So could you explain a little bit more what that is?
Okay, so we have, I think it's like 7 weight classes for men and women. They actually redid them, so I'm trying to make sure. No, it's actually 10. I'm sorry. So with the Olympic categories, now it's like 7 for men and women. So you got people can be in all different divisions. You got guys that can weigh 130-something pounds. You can have guys that can weigh over, 250 pounds, and they have these categories that are split up just like this. So as far as like qualifying for an Olympic team, this stuff is done based off team points, and individual performance at our world championships is how you get team points. So not to get all crazy into that stuff, it's very tedious, but it's not every year. We know it's every 4 years, but it's a lot that goes into it.